It might seem as if Adria's 50th anniversary celebrations have been going on forever, but this is perhaps its most significant birthday present to itself so far. It's the 472 DS Eden, and it's based on the entry-level Altea range. Now you can tell from those silver front and rear panels and side skirts that it's something a bit different, but it's more than just a paint job. If you look closely, it's got a huge front panoramic sunroof, a standard AKS hitch stabiliser and standard alloy wheels. There are other things that I particularly like about it though. Check out that enormous locker, giving you plenty of access to the underbunk space. I like the fact that all of the surfaces, except for these fridge vents, are relegated to the other side of the van. If you look closely, you can tell it's based on an entry-level model with things like this windowless door. But when you get the other side of that door, which we better do soon because I think it's about to rain, you'll find it doesn't feel like a cheap caravan at all. Well, this is the perfect place to enjoy that massive panoramic front sunroof. It really is huge. It's almost like the whole ceiling is taken up by glass. It does make it beautifully light in here, and it's not the best of days, but it does feel lovely and bright. This front lounge is probably the larger of the two, and it's extremely comfortable. There's space around this table for about 5 people. The table itself is somewhat low set, to be honest. However, one great thing, it's stored just here at the front of the kitchen, so it's perfectly placed to grab it when you need it. The seats themselves are pretty comfortable, and they combine to make a large double bed at night. And up front here, you haven't got the traditional front chest. Instead, there's space for an extra person and a little flip-up table for when you need it. This single front window is rather smaller than you would get in a lot of modern caravans, but you don't really notice that because of that great overhead sunroof. And one thing I really love about this van is this subtle lighting beneath the cabinets, and the cabinets themselves. Notice there's no catches. It's such a clean, modern, uncluttered design. They're hidden out the way, and when you open them up, there's light already there. From one lounge to another here at the back. This is the ideal place to relegate your kids to, which is a nice luxury to have in what is a relatively compact caravan. Another nice luxury to have is simply vast amounts of storage space. Obviously we've got the 2 bed boxes underneath each side and 5 overhead lockers above. It's hugely spacious. It's pretty spacious to sit around as well. You could definitely get 6 kids in here to play a board game, probably only about 4 adults. There's further storage to be found in a nice little unit hidden away here to one side, which has got 3 deep drawers. And above it, well, here's where you mount your TV, so you can watch it from the front or the back here. And of course, you'll find all the necessary sockets there. At night time, unfortunately, none of the sofas in this caravan are quite long enough to be used as single beds, unless your kids are particularly tiny. However, like the front, underneath the bed boxes, there are pull-out sections that make it turn into a good-sized double bed. And usefully, there's a 5th berth here in a fold-out bunk behind me. Now the Eden is based on the budget Altea range, so you might expect kitchen equipment to be a little bit meagre. That's not the case though. We've got the classic Adria 3-burner stove, which drains straight into the stainless steel sink, always a nice touch. One thing we haven't got very much of is worktop, however, unless you got that lid closed, and then there's a decent amount of preparation space. Beneath it, we've got a good-sized refrigerator and a combined oven and grill, and up above, hidden in this cupboard rather neatly, there's even a microwave oven. What we don't have, however, is very much storage. There's a couple of shelves here, and there's a pan drawer down here underneath the oven, but that seems to be about it. So you've got to go on a hunt. Obviously there's all those lockers at the back of the van that we saw earlier, and just here, well, this is where you're supposed to put your crockery and your mugs. And over on this side of the van, there's a drawer, and inside it, there's your cutlery drawer. So things are moved around the van a little bit, but it's all there. Above this cutlery drawer, there's a very good-sized wardrobe, which also houses the electricity consumer unit. You'll also find a single socket and all of the main controls in here, while the controls for the Truma heater are in the lounge. There was never going to be a palatial washroom in this van, but the compact wet room still comes as quite a surprise for a family caravan. That said, it packs quite a lot into its compact dimensions. There's a proper shower on a proper riser bar, and it's fully lined, although the wheel arch does intrude somewhat into the floor space. There's a blown air outlet, a bench toilet and a natty drop-down sink with a large bathroom cabinet above. There's even a shower curtain and a frosted window. The Eden's twin lounge layout may be nothing new, but it's a long overdue addition to the Adria range, and it's likely to broaden the appeal of the Altea line, which at the moment tends to cater for people with larger tow cars. Weighing at 1,350 kilos laden, this van is open to a much broader variety of cars. It also looks fantastic and boasts an impressive specification for its price, which is less than 15.5 grand. We're pretty convinced that from next year it'll be offered as a standard model, and chances are that price might get even keener, which makes it even more appealing.